My name is Ashlyn Ballard. I go by my middle name, Brooke. I am a double major in communication and sport admin with a minor in business administration, and I'm a sophomore.
My name is Ian Isdale. I'm a junior with a major in communication and a minor in history.
I'm Liz. I'm a junior and I'm a double major in communications and journalism with a minor in media studies.
I'm Dustin Johnson. I'm a junior and my major is communications.
I'm Jermaine Carmina. I'm a junior and my major is communications.
Our research question was actually, does studying in coffee shops help college students with better study habits? In order to find the answer to our question, we decided to do a research-based proposal, and obviously in order to find out an answer, we decided to start an evaluating research proposal, and in order to do this, we interviewed 20 students throughout various days, finding the ones studying at the local cafe in Greeley, just north of the University of Northern Colorado, that is actually called Margie's.
First question, do you like to eat and or drink coffee while studying?
82% of the people we interviewed said yes. A senior male named Matt G stated he needs protein and caffeine to start his day. In order to be productive, he starts studying at Margie's twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday, to keep up with his grades.
Second question, do you feel like your grades have improved since you have started studying at the cafe?
Only 67% of the people said yes. One sophomore male named Craig K agreed, while also saying his parents make him study and the library is way too close to his room. And so he goes to the cafe where his location shows him.
Third question, do you enjoy studying at the cafe or would you rather study elsewhere?
91 of people actually said they enjoy studying, while one female named Delaney H, who is a junior at the university, says she finds it hard to study anywhere else, and she also needs caffeine to study. Another female who is a freshman named Megan G said she also agrees, and she finds it hard to study anywhere else. She finds it hard to study at home or in the library because it triggers her anxiety.
All right, so our further data collected that we found from our research, we found that 13 out of the 20 people that we interviewed stated that they can't study without caffeine, and the library doesn't have homemade coffee or any other source of caffeine. When studying in coffee shops, almost all the people we surveyed consumed some sort of caffeine, whether it was coffee, tea, or an energy drink of some sort. Additionally, research shows that caffeine intake below 400 milligrams a day can provide some benefits to studying and can help improve concentration and alertness. We asked Margie's about the caffeine content of their beverages, and their most caffeinated drink was a latte with a triple shot of espresso, which had 350 milligrams of caffeine. The average caffeine content of their beverages with caffeine was 120 milligrams. At Margie's, in order to get the password to the Wi-Fi, you need to make at least one purchase, and every single person that we talked to purchased 2 or less drinks in the time that they spent there. This means that, except in some very rare cases, pretty much everyone who studies there stays under the 400 milligrams of caffeine that is recommended to reap the benefits.
So obviously we got a good side about people who like to study at Margie's rather than a different place. And so our different place that we chose to oppose was the library. So in order to get an accurate representation for both sides of this experiment, we sat in the library on campus and we interviewed about 20 people who came in and out to study. Me and Dustin actually compiled this part of the study so that we equally all had different answers and we didn't have the same answers back and forth. So we asked them a few questions similar to the previous ones in order to have data to compare to one another.
So the first question we asked was, why do you choose to study in a library instead of a coffee shop?
So for that one, we actually got an answer of a freshman student, Catherine, who we interviewed, lives in the dorms, and she explained to us that it's more convenient and it's open later for her to spend more time there and without having to worry about rushing, and that came out to about 78% of students surveyed actually answered similarly.
The second question we asked was, do you feel that your grades are better after studying in the library?
So for this one, we got 66% of students answered yes. So junior business major Abigail explained to us that the library has endless resources, including tutors, books, articles, research browsers, etc., that she can use to actually help answer any of her questions that she has and help her better understand her work. She also says that it's super easily accessible and has been a really key aspect to her having good grades.
And the last question was, if you didn't choose to study in the library, where else would you study and why?
So for this answer, we got quite a few students interviewed very similarly. It came out to 58% of students agreed that one of the students actually explained to us that the library was a better choice and it's less stressful, distracting environment, such as his dorm room also is another similar aspect of where he would study instead of the library. He explained that his dorm is quiet and low interactive environment, that he can really focus on his work and get things done without a lot of distractions.
After our research, I personally chose to study at the cafe. Not that I already chose to before, but as a former student athlete, caffeine really helps me get my day get day started and feeling productive. And it used to help me a lot with practice. Going to practice at 3 p.m. I really need caffeine, whether that's a triple shot or just a little mocha. But it's pretty vital to my performance later in the day.
So personally on my end, I agreed with more of the library side because as a journalism major, a lot of my resources are designated inside the library, as well as a lot of papers that I have to write. And so a lot of my help that I can get from there is in the downstairs of the library. A lot of my tutors are down there, such as that. And I also am allergic to coffee, which is really high in caffeine. So it developed like not really a need for caffeine, so there's no need for me.
So for me personally, I chose to work in a cafe more, and for me it's more about atmosphere. I write a lot of papers, and for me it's really hard to lock in and do good on my papers when there's no noise and it's completely silent. So when I'm at Margie's or another cafe like that, it's easier for me to lock in on my work when there's some background noises and some things to just help me not feel like I'm completely in my head.
To conclude, we interviewed 20 students in the UNC campus library as well as Margie's local coffee shop in order to answer our pondered research question.
So our answer to that question was, does studying in a coffee shop help college students with better study habits? And Brooke is going to explain to you the answer that we collected from that.
Yeah, according to our data collected from our field research, it can be concluded that the environment chosen by the students is based off their ability to focus, and depending on that ability is where they choose to study.
So that was the conclusion of our complete research, and I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a lot from it.